What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of TECspertZ. My name is Nick Green. I'm the News and Sports Director with WZMB.
I'm Cannon Gates, the Station Manager at WZMB.
And I'm Trevon McGlone. I'm the sports editor for the East Carolina.
And we're back with another episode of TECspertZ after the Pirates had a very dominant win over... Hold on. Temple. I forgot for a second. 100% forgot who we played for a solid second. I was thinking Army. I was like, no, we did not just play Army. But very dominant win over Army. 56-34 was the final, and we'll talk about that here in just a little bit. But before we do, TECspertZ is a collaboration between the East Carolinian and WZMB, and we would like to thank the Big Vape Theory for sponsoring today's podcast. All right, gentlemen, let's go ahead and jump right on. 56-34. Complete new vibe for this team. I mean, this team just feels very, very different than what it did a week ago. Caden Hauser, he came out playing. He came out swinging. It was good to see. What are your overall thoughts in the game so far on what you just witnessed on Saturday?
I'm missing Ravel so much, so heavily. There were just a few plays that I was like, oh, like IBM had a solid game. He had a couple of great breakups, but the other side was, and then the slot, but you know, the defense just really, especially the pass defense, really was concerning. Run defense, for the most part, I thought they were going to run more on us because I thought they would try to see how our last couple of games have gone and seeing how bad our run defense has been. But they were like, never mind, we're just going to throw the ball over the top on you, which they did a few times, which was very, very sad to see. But it's definitely going to be, if we play on offense like how we did on Saturday, we're probably going to be in shootouts the rest of the year. Because I don't think our defense is going to do it. If we're, no offense to Temple here, but if we're letting Temple score 34 points, how is Florida Atlantic, Tulsa, North Texas, all those three teams, our next three games, how are they going to be on offense? And I think that's concerning. But it's definitely fun to watch. Because if we're putting up 56 against Temple, there's a good chance of putting up that many points against Tulsa, Florida Atlantic, North Texas. Yeah. Offense is going to be fun to watch. Kate looked great on Saturday.
You ready to apologize?
Yeah, I apologize. I posted him on my Instagram story. I apologize. I apologize. But yeah, he looked amazing. The whole team, just as a whole, just looked so much more dynamic. Raji looked amazing.
Yes,
he looked amazing. He had a couple there's that one run that he just like 3-4 missed tackles in there. Yeah. Someone, I think it might have been Anthony Smith, it ran right in front of him and blocked the guy. And I was like,
it was awesome.
You just love seeing that out of your guys. No, it was just great to watch. All around offense, I'll give it an A. I'll give it an A- because I want more, even more. Defense, it's like a C. It was bad. It was really bad, but yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one, Cannon. I'm not going to lie, I was a little bit happier to see, especially with getting turnovers. That was something I was hoping to see from the defense, even though we did give up a lot of points to a Temple offense. Jamar Riddle, shout out to him. He had a pick six, and I believe he had another interception as well. That was pretty cool. I also was liking what I saw from IBF. He did a little bit better than he has in the past couple of weeks, so that was huge for us. Offensively, I don't know what else you wanted to expect. You know what I'm saying? 5 touchdowns for Caden Hauser. I think we have a quarterback in the future. That's something we've been looking for. So hopefully going forward, no matter who's going to be the head coach, depending on how the rest of the season goes out, we have our guy. We know that we have Hauser, and that's something to build forward going forward. I liked a little bit of what I saw from Harris, finally getting going, having those statement games we know he can have. The run offense looked a lot much better than it did for the last couple of weeks.
Montgomery.
Yes.
Bang on
the table for that boy. My goodness. His pedigree is so good, and I think he should be next up to replace Raji when he's done with this season right here. For sure. You know what I mean? So it gives confidence, finding the way that we have our wide receivers getting them involved. Anthony Smith had some great catches. Winston Wright Jr. getting involved. This is the offensive firepower we were expecting when we saw the first couple of weeks of the season. We finally got it. Yeah. Yes. You know what I mean? If we can just clean up a couple of things on defense that we can get better in terms of the run defense and the passing secondary. Obviously, we're missing Rebel. That would be great. That's going to help us have a chance to be bowl eligible in these next couple 2-3 weeks.
Another guy who I think receiver of the future, Yannick Smith.
Yes.
Had that one great touchdown.
I'm so glad you brought him up.
Because
I was going to bring him up too.
Smith, Smith might have one more year of eligibility. Wright is gone after this year. Yannick Smith is just a big, true freshman, big body. He will go up and catch the football. Him and Sowell for the next couple years, and Smith, I think he might have another, plus the tight ends, Jari Patterson, obviously, but Yannick Smith, I'm super excited about that.
You have no idea. I mean, watching, I was going to bring up Yannick Smith. I'm glad you did bring him, because if you didn't, I was going to bring up Yannick Smith. This guy, over the course of the past few weeks, this guy's made some incredible catches for the Pirates. And, I'm glad to see we're getting him more involved. We're getting him, because this guy can really go up and catch some passes. It's really great to see Yannick Smith come out and play the way he has. You guys made some great points, obviously. I think the thing I want to bring up the most on this one is it absolutely is a testament. I mean, Caden Hauser is the guy. I mean, this has been what I saw on Saturday. Man, it was great to see. I know Temple's not the best of teams when it comes to like seeing, but putting 56 points, we couldn't put 56 points up against Norfolk State. We can put 56 points up against Temple, and it's all a matter of not underthrowing passes, limiting turnovers, and then I don't know. I mean, this is speculation here, but also a little bit of Mike Houston kind of tempering John David Baker's game plan a little bit, at least from what it looked like. It seemed like we were a lot more aggressive on the field, and it seemed like the play calling was there. Also, a big shout out to Caden Hauser. I talked to you a little bit about it. His patience in the pocket is tremendous. I mean, the way he'll just stand in there, wait for something to open up, and he'll find it. He doesn't panic. It's great to see a quarterback do that for us. I mean, we haven't had a quarterback do that in a little bit. So it's great to see. I mean, it genuinely is. I love to see it. You guys brought up some concerns about the defense. I also had some concerns about the defense. Despite the 2 turnovers, we allowed 34 points. What do you think we really need to fix on? Because I know the past few weeks we've been talking about the run defense. We really got to nail that down. This week they got beat over top in the air, especially in the first half. What do you think we really need to lock down on the defense? What's missing?
I think our guys, they're playing like, at times I feel like they're almost wanting to just go full steam ahead and run at a guy, but then this guy just goes boom, boom, and goes upfield and he's open. And it's not just the cornerback position, it's also the safeties. I saw Dontavius Nash get burned a couple big times.
Yeah.
And you could tell, was just like, he put his hands behind his back, like, didn't know exactly what to do. I'm just like, you just can't get beat like how they were getting beat. Like, I think our guys, I would much rather let our linebackers just run free in the middle instead of our safeties trying to come up and make plays in the middle of the field. Y'all drop back, go with your eyes and look through and see what you see, and then go make a big hit on a guy if it's getting thrown that way. Getting burned over the top it happened a few times, and obviously it didn't result in a touchdown or a big play every time, but it was a few too many times, no matter if they got the ball or not.
Yeah, I agree with Camden on that one, getting beat by the dip ball, especially with better teams going against us. Luckily, we've gone through most of the teams that have passed deeper against us and have relatively, we have 4 wins at this point, so we've seen the weaknesses. And also our cornerbacks, I've seen noticed, especially in bigger games, we have a bad tendencies to not look where the ball is coming from.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's one of the reasons as to why they're losing these one-on-one contested, deep shots, because they're not turning when they're supposed to. Rebel, when he was playing, that never happened. Yeah. And I think against App State, I think we talked way back in like a couple episodes ago, that's why he was able to make such a great, fantastic pick that he made there. Those things, and I'm hoping Rebel's around the pattern, like, obviously he can't play because, he's torn his ACL, but like, I'm hoping that's something like that wisdom that he could pass on to the guys, and hey, here's what I would do if I have a guy going up top and getting